Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Wes, aka DougieNMySnuggy, bringing you some more ranked seasons. This is going to be a post commentary as opposed to what I normally do, just because I screwed up the recording on my audio. We're going to be playing the Connecticut face catchers. They got their creative player, King Griffey Jr., Ernie Banks, Joey Votto, Andre Dawson, Bryce Harper, the 99 Molina. Can't remember who the other guys were, but we're going to be facing Noah Syndergaard. I believe it's Noah Syndergaard. And we got Steven Strasburg on the mound. Sorry, I kind of suck at these post commentaries. What I'm going to be doing in this, I'll be showing all of his hits and his third outs, and then I'm going to be showing all of my at bats. And as you can see, he leads off with his creative player, and hits one, almost got it out, and he almost had it inside the Parker because Miggy kind of just stood there after it bounced off the wall. So leadoff triple for him, and just like normal, things don't go well for me in the first inning. Then he brings up Griffey and gets a infield hit, which I thought he was out there, and ends up scoring the first run. He's already up 1-0. So now he's got Ernie Banks up, and he hits one right up the middle, and another base hit, and we're struggling to get an out here. So now I think he's got Joey Votto up next. He does. And we make a pretty good pitch on Joey Votto, get him to roll over this one, and he's an easy double play candidate, even when it's a 3-6-3 or 3-6-1, which is the case there. So we end up getting 2 outs, and he's got a runner on third now. And Andre Dawson up, and Andre Dawson's, a lot of people struggle getting the bat around on the inside pitch with him just because he's got such a long swing. And we end up just minimizing the damage there to get, it's a 1-0 game. Now we're up to bat. We got our creative player Doc up. He ends up swinging a little bit late on a low inside pitch and lining out to the center fielder. Now Mike Trout's up, and Mike Trout does Mike Trout things. He gets us started with the first hit of the game for us. Now we got Griffey up, and Griffey puts a pretty good swing on the ball. That top spin gets it down in front of his Griffey. We got runners on first and second now with just 1 out. And now we got Mickey Cabrera up, and he's going to come up and hit a third straight single up the middle. And yeah, I was going to say, normally I would send the runner there, but he had Andre Dawson in center field. Actually, that time I did send the runner. There's another case later where I don't. And then Freddie Freeman comes up. He put a pretty good swing on that pitch there. I thought I hit it a little bit better. I think I got it off the end of the bat a little bit. But we are able to tag up and get from second to third. And we got David Wright up now with 2 outs, runners on first and third. Get the count full, send a runner from first, and he ends up walking us. And now we got bases loaded for Jorge Posada, who I keep saying I'm going to take out of the game, but he always does stuff like this, and he earns his spot, man. He gets a bases clearing double here with 2 outs, puts us up 4-0 or 4-1. Just here in the first inning. Then Cal Ripken Jr. comes up, and he swings at first pitch and ends up hitting a single up the middle. And we're going to go ahead and send the runner here. This is the only reason I sent the runner in that case is because I got the pitcher spot up next, and he ends up throwing the ball up the line a little bit, so now it's 5-1. And then we got Steven Strasburg up. He ends up just popping up for the third out. This guy I've played. I've seen him before. I don't think I've played him before, but I've seen him like on Twitch or something. I knew he was a solid player. So 4-run lead against this guy is not really a whole lot in my opinion. But we do go 1-2-3 in the second inning, and no damage done there. So now we're back at the top of our lineup here in the second inning, and Doc gets us started with a single that should have probably been a double. I probably could have ran that one out, but I'm a little wary of Andre Dawson's arm out there. And then Mike Trout comes up and hits into a double play, which kind of screwed us anyway. All right, then we got Griffey up, and I think he's going to make an out, so we're just end up being a 1-2-3 inning for us in the second there. But as you can see, we already made Syndergaard throw 41 pitches through 2 innings, so we're working Syndergaard pretty hard. And now here we are in the third. He leads off with Syndergaard and ends up getting a hit with him. I get so annoyed when the pitchers get a hit, but then he's got Ernie Banks up with 2 outs. We work a couple outs, get Ernie Banks to roll over on a pitch to third base for the easy third out, and we still got a 5-1 game. All right, so now we got Miggy up in the third inning, and he puts a late swing on an outside slider, which is just a recipe for disaster in this game, and leads us off with a double. Good start to the inning. And then Freddie Freeman will come up, and he puts a bad swing on a very hittable pitch. Just flies out the center, so nothing doing there. Very unproductive at bat for Freddie Freeman there. When you get a leadoff double, you need to get that runner to third base on the next batter. David Wright comes up and gets jam shot. He got the runner over to third, which really doesn't make a difference when there's 2 outs now. But we got Jorge Posada, and he was very clutch in this game. He ends up hitting the liner up the middle. Dawson makes a diving. I thought he caught it, but he didn't. He caught it. He trapped it. Kept us at first, though. But now it's a 6-1 game. And then we got Cal Ripken Jr. up, and he makes a bad swing on a bad pitch and ends up ending the inning.
And that retires the side.
So here we are in the 4th inning. Got 2 outs, and then I just make a terrible pitch to Bryce Harper. That was supposed to be a 2-seamer that floated outside of the strike zone. It just was kind of right down the middle. He went with the pitch and made a good swing on it. Now he's got the 99 Yadier Molina. He ends up making a 3rd out on a pop-up there. So it's a 6-2 game now, a little bit closer, back to a 4-run game. Then we had our pitcher come up and make it out. I think he might have struck out there, I'm not sure. But then Doc comes up and hits one to Corey Seager, and Seager cannot make the play. I think he had time to pick it up and probably throw me out. But he probably plays like me, like on a play like that. You kind of take your hands off the controller and quit paying attention after you tell it to throw to a base. But then I made a huge error with Doc there and ended up getting caught in a rundown. And then we got Trout still up, and he ends up grounding out for the 3rd out. So nothing really doing for us in that inning. All right, back to the 5th inning now. Tried to throw one in on Corey Seager's hands. The guy had a quick bat, and I didn't get the ball in like I wanted to. Put it right in his wheelhouse, and he leads off the inning with a home run. But now we got 2 outs to Griffey, and man, that was so close to being foul. But he ends up getting a 2-out double. It's a good swing there. Then Ernie Banks comes up. He runs it to a full count. We end up just having to challenge him because we got the lead. And he pops it up to right field in the inning. Mike Trout squeezes it. We're going on to the bottom of the 5th. This is, I think, where we start to open things up a little bit. Griffey gets a little jam shot hit here. He made a bad play there. Instead of putting this at a double or at a single, we end up leading off the inning with a triple. Got a little bit risky there, trying to take 3rd with no outs, but it worked out. And then Mickey comes up, and he ends up taking a walk. Then Freddie Freeman comes up. I think he's got what's his name for the Pirates. I don't forget his name. The guy that just turned gold. Anyway, he's the guy pitching. And Freddie Freeman rips a double down the line, scores a run. And 7-3 game now. We still got 2nd and 3rd with nobody out, and then David Wright walks to load the bases. And then he brings in Rossier Iglesias, and Jorge Posada rips another single up the middle. And we didn't try to get that 2nd run, just still nobody out, so just playing it conservative. Don't want to test Andre Dawson's arm. Cal Ripken comes up and hits a little dinker down to the 3rd base line. All he can do is get the out at 1st base. We end up scoring another run. I think it makes it 9-3. So we go ahead and take out Steven Strasburg and put in the Robinson Cano. And I thought I got this pitch. I really thought that was gone. But it just hangs up. Fortunately, we're able to score another run on tagging up, and we get Posada over to 3rd base. And move back to the top of the lineup. Got Dr. Disrespect up, full count. He ends up throwing it above the strike zone. We take the walk there. And then he walks Mike Trout here. Bases loaded now for King Griffey Jr. And hits a good shot there, but it's got all that top spin on it. Ends up just being a line out to the right field. So now it's a 10-3 game in the 6th inning. And we get Bryce Harper to strike out for the 3rd out there. Just a 1-2-3 inning going to the bottom of the 6th. Got Mickey leading it off here. And he puts a good swing on a slider, a little hanging slider, and that ends up being a leadoff double. This is probably my best game I've had with Miggy. I'm probably not going to be using him too much longer. As you can see, his Bryce Harper got hurt there. And this is what I'm talking about, a productive out. I got that runner on second base with nobody out. Freddie Freeman, all he had to do was pull the ball on the ground and gets the runner to third. So that's, in most cases, an easy RBI. He ends up hitting David Wright. And then Posada comes up and he comes a little bit clutch again. It's just a fly out. But he's got Lou Brock in left field. He's not going to throw anybody out with Lou Brock, so there's no problem tagging up and getting another run there. And that makes it 11-3? Yeah, 11-3. Got an 8-run lead. Cal Ripken Jr. comes up and smacks a double into the gap. And I think that scores another run, making it 12-3. There we go, yep, 12-3. Throws that one up the line a little bit. He could have got him on a good throw. So we're going to go ahead and bring in Victor Martinez here, see if we can get that mercy rule going. And unfortunately, our opponent didn't want any part of the mercy rule, and he ends up conceding. We take the win there. He was already in the World Series. He was a 915 opponent. He dropped down to 898, and we move up to 884. So we're only 16 points away from the World Series division, and only one game away. And I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and throw this in as a bonus clip. I end up playing another opponent right after this, and he was just a, I don't even know what you want to call him. He kept trying to get me to join his party. And I went and looked at his game history. He's a DDoSer. So if people start spamming you, trying to get you to join their PSN chat party, don't do it. Especially, I mean, if it's somebody you don't know, never do it. Because I never do it anyway. I don't even have a mic on my PS4 to talk to people. But he was obviously trying to get my IP address and DDoS me. And, fortunately I was smart enough to do that. He ended up just conceding in the second inning. And we ended up getting the 16 points that we needed. So that gets us into the World Series division. And, so we're there. We're secured our Ralph Connor for the next rewards this season. And it only took me 16 games this time. It took me 15 in the last season. It took me 16 this season just because I took that one loss to the Nolan Ryan. So I think we end up going 14-2 to get to the World Series division. Anyway, guys, sorry about not being able to do a live commentary there. It was just a screw up on my part, so we're kind of doing this as a post commentary. And again, I'm not very good at these. I don't have a lot of practice at them. Don't really know what I'm doing. But that's going to do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to hit that thumbs up button. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so already. Once again, I really appreciate everybody watching. We'll see you in the next one. Peace out.